everyone, welcome to my channel. For today's pick a card reading, I'm going to be exploring what spiritual lessons you guys are learning right now. So we have two piles, pile 1 Inner Magic and pile 2 Enchanted Forest. So just take a second to see which pile you feel really drawn to, and I will see you in your reading. Hello pile 1, welcome to your reading. So you guys have selected Inner Magic. Your vibration is rising, power, and increased energy. So the message I really feel coming through for this collective, for what spiritual lessons you're learning at this moment, it feels like what's coming through is a lot about alchemizing pain and hurt and betrayal, this Three of Swords, into your own power. Three of Swords is, of course, it's a lot about heartbreak, betrayal, feelings of like separation. And I feel like in the past you've allowed this. Oh, I'll say this too, as I do with all of my readings. Wherever you fall on the timeline of what I'm saying, just take it how it resonates. This is a very general reading. I'm just reading energy. So if you don't fall within the exact timeline that I'm saying it, just take it however it resonates, is what I'm saying. So I feel like in the past you've really allowed this Three of Swords energy, this like the heartbreak, betrayal, like when that comes up in your life, you've really allowed that to drain you and hold you down and limit your power. So I feel like what the spiritual lessons you're learning right now is how to really alchemize this energy into power, into your own personal power, how to not let that drain your energy, and how to transmute that, how to find power within that pain, within those painful experiences, finding power within it. It's like you're doing this inner magic where you're transmuting this pain into your personal power. With the Seven of Swords reversed, I feel like there may have been some like deception, maybe like deception from other people, maybe even self-deception. But in reverse, you guys are coming out of this. I see you guys really coming out of this in the future, where you're not allowing these painful experiences to hold you down. You're learning the lessons from them. You're really integrating those lessons, and you're learning how to alchemize that pain into power. I get the feeling that like, okay, here's the way that I was, it's coming to me in my head. Maybe in the past, or something you still struggle with, again, wherever you are in the timeline, it's okay, but I'm gonna just say this. Maybe in the past, you've kind of struggled with allowing other people to really trigger you. Like, the way I'm hearing it is like you have big, shiny buttons. Don't take this personally. I feel like, I can relate to that in my own life in some ways, so, no judgment. But I'm hearing it as like big, shiny buttons. Like, you've allowed other people to really trigger you and mess with your emotions and drain your energy. You've given a lot of energy to people who are very intentionally trying to trigger you and take your energy. You can use these triggers when it comes up, when that pain comes up. You can use these triggers to integrate certain lessons and empower yourself rather than allowing it to hold you down and drain you. Because I feel like there's been quite a few people in your life, or maybe this is something that's you're confronting at the moment, where people are triggering things within you, and you've allowed them to just take your energy. People do this on purpose. People will very intentionally try to trigger you or like rage bait you and take your energy. That's what they're doing. They're taking that energy, and it's very controlling. It's very manipulative, and that itself is a weakness when people do that, But it's what you're really being called to right now from your spirit guides, from spirit, whatever you'd like to say, is to learn to use these triggers, this pain, to empower yourself, to use it as this inner magic here, rather than just letting it hold you down. And rather than giving that energy to other people who are very intentionally trying to trigger you and take that energy, you know, use that energy to empower yourself. Okay, use it to increase your energy. I see you guys moving out of I'll say for most of you, if you really, you know, integrate these lessons and take this seriously, I see you guys moving out of this with the Seven of Swords in reverse. I see you moving into a place where you're allowing when you get triggered, when that comes up, you're learning how to alchemize this energy. You're learning how to transmute it into this inner magic, this inner power, and help it increase your energy and raise your vibration, rather than just absorbing all of the painful experiences and emotions and let it hold you down. You're learning how to use that to empower yourself. And also, I just want to clarify that this is by no means talking about like suppressing your emotions and like toxic positivity and just, you know, like pretending that hurt's not there. That's not what I mean by like alchemy and stuff. Alchemy is not suppressing your emotions. It's integrating them, it's balancing them, it's accepting them for what they are, but also not allowing them to control you, not allowing them to hold you down, seeing why they're there, seeing the power you can find within that once you go within and see what these emotions, these triggers are trying to tell you about yourself, and how there's power within them. There's magic, there's energy, there's power within them. So don't allow other people to trigger you and take this energy on purpose. Be very careful with that, okay? I feel like you might have had, like, the way I heard it was like shiny buttons. Like, people may very intentionally try to push those shiny buttons to take your energy. And it's okay to feel triggered, okay? It's okay when those things come up. Don't suppress them, but learn how to turn it into your own personal power instead of giving that energy and that power to other people, because there is a lot of power within that pain, within those triggers, okay? So you're moving out of this, and like I said, with the Seven of Swords, I feel like you're moving out of that, maybe some self-deception, or even like you've allowed other people to deceive you, like I was talking about with intentionally taking your energy. As you're able to learn how to alchemize this energy and deal with these triggers a little bit more, other people won't be able to deceive you as much either. And this pain will become your own personal power rather than something that is controlling you. So let's see what else is coming through for this collective here. What other messages do we have for pile 1? Okay, we have the King of Swords. Ten of Pentacles. Okay. And what else do we have? One more. The Star. Okay, yeah. Okay. So I do feel like in the past you've allowed these triggers, this hurt, this betrayal, like when it comes up, it's not been balanced. You've absorbed it, you've given this energy to other people. Let me think about how I want to say this, 1 second. Yeah, it's like with the King of Swords in reverse, you've allowed this, you've given up your power. You've allowed other people to take your power by just giving them this energy, rather than using this energy within yourself as this inner magic, this alchemy to you know, find your inner power within that pain. With the Star like coming out under the Seven of Swords, there's healing. Like you are healing from this. And I pulled this, like, I don't do like really structured spreads within my readings, but I had, my intention was like, this is more so past energies, these are more so moving into the future, but it's fluid with the way I do it. It's not super, but so with the Star and the Seven of Swords in reverse, it's there's more accountability, there's more facing yourself and these tough emotions, not allowing other people to control you and take your energy and deceive you. So there's a lot of healing coming in with the star. I see you guys are really healing from this. And Ten of Pentacles, yeah, it's like you're really using, you're learning how to utilize this energy. You're learning how to use it to improve and build a life for yourself. Oh, that was not the right way to say it. Like, you're utilizing this energy to improve your life. You're utilizing this energy in a very grounded way. Ten of Pentacles, you're using it to empower yourself, to empower your life, rather than just giving your energy to other people. Because I just get the feeling of, like, you guys in the past, you've allowed your triggers and this pain to just take away your power. Like, you felt like this pain has taken away your personal power, and you haven't realized that within that pain, within confronting it, within alchemizing it, is where the real power is. So stop giving up your power to other people who are just trying to drain you and take your energy. It's like the Ten of Pentacles under this inner magic card. It's like this alchemy, this magic that you're doing, learning to transmute these energies rather than giving it to other people. It's allowing you to build a more fulfilling life. It's allowing you to manifest the life that you desire, really. Okay, I want to pull some oracle cards. So let's see what other messages we have for this collective. What other messages do we have for pile 1? Let your fears dissolve. Yes. And one more. That was 2. I'm just going to take this one because it flew on top. Release your blocks. Let your fears dissolve. Release your blocks. Yeah, you've allowed this to cause you more fear. You've allowed it to block you in the past rather than allowing it to empower you. I'm not going to read, like, the astrological part of these oracle cards unless I feel something really strongly come through. But if any of that, like the full moon in Cancer, first quarter moon in Scorpio, if that's connected for you in some way, you know, take it how it resonates. But I'm mostly reading the imagery and, like, this part of it here. Yeah, there's a lot of fear. There was a lot of fear in the past from facing this. And it was really blocking you. It was really blocking you, the way that you gave this energy to other people. You allowed other people to trigger you and take your energy rather than using these triggers and what comes up, the emotions, the pain, to empower yourself. So you're releasing these fears. You're releasing the fear of confronting that, and you're also, and this was blocking you too. It was blocking you a little bit from your power. So you're releasing these blocks. You're not giving up your power anymore. The King of Swords under the Three of Swords. You were giving up your power to this hurt, to other people. But now you're moving into a space where you're learning to alchemize it. You're learning this inner magic of finding that power within pain so you can build and manifest the life that you want. Or that's not even just that you want, but it's truly fulfilling, truly serving you. And there's a lot of healing. There's a lot of healing coming in from this. I do feel like if you're at a place in this timeline where you're really heavily feeling this Three of Swords energy, where you're just experiencing a lot of hurt, maybe you even went through something recently that was some kind of betrayal or heartbreak, you're really being called by Spirit to not let this energy, not let this hurt and these triggers to drag you down, to not give this energy to other people. Don't give other people your fear. Don't give them your hurt. Use that energy to empower yourself, not to block you, not to make you scared. Use it to empower yourself so you can truly manifest the fulfilling life that you desire. But yeah, I do see you guys really, really moving forward with this. I see you guys overcoming this with what we have here, more so on the future side of the pile with the Seven of Swords reversed and the Star. I see you really overcoming that and moving forward with this healing. But yeah, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for watching Pile 1. If this reading resonated with you, be sure to like and subscribe. Hello Pile 2, welcome to your reading. So here we have Enchanted Forest, nervous system support, deep breath, and grounding. So I feel like the spiritual lessons that this collective is really learning right now, it's about living in harmony with the world around you, living in harmony with nature, the material world, feeling connected and nourished by nature rather than living in conflict with it, rather than fighting against it. You're learning some lessons about grounding right now, about, we see nervous system support and deep breath. So you're learning about grounding, you're learning about calming your nervous system. Maybe you've been either learning about or feeling drawn to or called to like meditation, breath work, visualization, those types of things. So with the Page of Pentacles in reverse here, I feel like, you guys have maybe been, I say this during all of my readings, but if you don't fall, wherever you fall in the timeline within what I'm saying, just take it however it resonates. This is a very general reading. I'm just reading energy. So maybe with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, you guys have felt a little ungrounded lately, or maybe you're moving out of that again, wherever you are in the timeline, doesn't matter. So maybe you felt a little ungrounded, a little distracted, a little bit just disconnected from nature, from the material world, feeling like it's against you rather than being a part of it. There's just a feeling of like stress within like your nervous system, I feel like. And I have like, okay, I want to say this. I feel like a lot of you within this collective, maybe you were doing some practices before, like visualization, meditation, maybe even just like spending time within nature, connecting with nature. Maybe you were doing some things that you've kind of gotten distracted from, or kind of given up on a little bit. Or maybe some of you, you've been feeling very drawn to doing these things, or feeling like, oh, I should do this. I really should do this. This would help me. Or I should explore some of these practices. I should explore things like breath work, meditation, visualization, so I can ground myself, so I can calm my nervous system, so I can feel more connected with nature. But maybe you've been like putting it off, because I think the Page of Swords, or not Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles can also be about like getting distracted, putting things off. I don't want to say laziness, because that seems like rude, but just like, I get the feeling that like you guys know that you should be doing something and you've been putting it off, kind of. So maybe take this as like a gentle nudge from spirit to reconnect with that, because there's a feeling of like, that you should do something, you should be doing some things to ground yourself, to like calm your nervous system, so you can live in more harmony with the world around you instead of conflict. But maybe you've not been following through on that. Maybe you've been putting it off a little bit. So maybe you take this as a sign from spirit to reconnect with that a little bit. If you're feeling like what you were doing before wasn't really working right, don't be afraid to expand your practices or your awareness of what you can do. Sometimes people are very limited with the way they view things like meditation and these practices. So don't be afraid to explore new options to change things up. If something wasn't working, or maybe it was working, but it was getting a little bland, there's something missing. So don't be afraid to explore new things, to change things up a little bit. And with the Empress, this is supposed to be like, it's not like I don't usually do spreads in a sense that like I it's not like very like strict hard spreads, and I guess it's more fluid for me. But this is supposed to be more so like what's in the past, and this is more so like what you're moving into. So I feel like with the Empress, you guys are reconnecting with some of these practices, or you're really being called to right now. And if you do reconnect with some of this, you do find ways to reconnect with nature, the world around you, live in harmony with the material world, not in conflict. I feel like you'll move into this Empress energy. This is a really beautiful card too. Like she's, let me pick it up. She's like she's just covered in these vines, these flowers. It's like she's being embraced and nurtured and supported by Mother Earth and the world around her. She looks very at peace. She looks very calm. She looks very connected and just in harmony with the world around her. So I feel like that's more so the energy you guys will move into as you really learn these lessons you're learning right now about grounding, about connecting yourself with the world around you, and rather than living in conflict with it. So yeah, let's pull some more cards and see what else we have going on for you guys. So what other messages do we have for pile 2? What other messages do we have? Okay. Okay, yeah. The Ten of Wands in reverse, it's like, sorry, I don't want the snake skin to interfere. The Ten of Wands in reverse, it's like you're releasing a lot of the things that were holding you down, a lot of the energies that were just like confining you, that were restricting you, that just felt very intense. Also, maybe you've been going through a period of time where you got distracted from this stuff because there was a lot going on. You were dealing with a lot. You felt very overwhelmed. But with the Ten of Wands in reverse, I feel like you're kind of coming out of that too. That's the feeling I'm getting in general with this reading, is that you guys are trying to reconnect with you're just trying to find something that'll ground you, that'll make you feel more in harmony with everything and yourself, and help your nervous system calm down, because there's just a feeling of like there was, or maybe is still a little bit, like just a feeling of a lot of stress, a lot of conflict. And yeah, I do think for a lot of you this may have been because there was just a lot on your plate, which is completely okay. We get distracted from things sometimes because of very, earthly human things that we got to do. So yeah, so with death, it's like there's this transformation coming in, right? There's this big transformation with this. I feel like if you really reconnect with some of these practices that will ground you, that will connect you with nature, it'll really transform you. It'll really allow you to leave behind the things that have been stressing you out and creating more stress and conflict within your nervous system, so you can let go of those things and that you can live in a more receptive state. Yeah, I feel like you guys are moving into like seeing things in a more receptive kind of way. Like the Empress is a very receptive, nurturing kind of feminine energy, right? And with the Three of Wands, there might be something really important about like exploring something new. Maybe things weren't exactly working before, or they got like a little bland, I think I said. Like, so maybe you need to expand your awareness, expand your practice, expand what you were doing a little bit more, so you can enter this Empress state where you feel more unified, more connected, and nourished by the universe. Oh, okay, I just remembered, I want to say this. I feel like there's something important about like visualization for you guys. I don't know, I just feel like I'm supposed to say that, so I'm gonna go that direction with things. But the Enchanted Forest card, like it's so beautiful. Like it's a beautiful visualization, really. Like it just feels so calming and grounding, and just like it feels very much like if I go into this Enchanted Forest card, I feel like this Empress that's being nurtured and embraced and supported by Mother Earth. Like, that's how I feel when I like put myself into that card. So I feel like there's something important about visualization for you guys. Yeah, so reconnecting with nature, it's not just about actually going out and touching grass. I mean, yes, that's obviously a part of it. That's a great thing to do. But it's also about what's going on within you, within your mind, and how you visualize things. That connection and unity and harmony with the world, with Mother Earth, it's within you too. It's not just in what you're physically doing. So like, how do I say this? So there might be something really important for you guys about like creating visualizations within nature that make you feel supported and connected and nourished, like this Empress energy. Maybe including that within your practice, within your meditations, could really benefit you. This is a timeless reading, so it doesn't matter when you're watching this or where you live in the world, but it is winter for me right now. I feel like I want to mention this too. Maybe because like for me right now, I love going out in nature. I love connecting with nature in a physical way, but I don't want to do that as much during winter. I want to stay inside. I want to stay warm. So I'll just share what I personally do. I do a lot of like visualization of being within nature, being within, there's a forest I go to all the time when it warms up. It's like my safe place. So when I don't go there as much during the winter, I still remember to like visualize it in my head during my meditations, because that's my safe place, you know? So I've create that in my mind, in my body, not just like within my actual physical connection with the forest, if that makes sense. That's just an example of like that. Also, maybe some of you have dealt with some seasonal depression. Again, if certain messages or parts of this don't resonate with you, it doesn't mean the message isn't for you, of course. So maybe some of you have dealt with some seasonal depression during the winter, and that's also led to you feeling disconnected from Earth, from nature, from the world around you, and it's led to, you know, that, you know, seasonal depression. So maybe visualizing nature and finding ways to reconnect with nature could really benefit you, even if you can't physically do it, you know? So yeah, Three of Wands, explore new things, don't limit yourself here, explore new practices. There's something really important about that for you guys, and really pay attention to like what you're visualizing in your head, what's going on within you. There's something important about that, because I feel like I felt the need to say that for a reason. I don't know. Okay, let's pull some more oracle cards and see what else we have for you guys. What messages do we have for this collective? What messages do we have for this collective? Relax. Yeah, relax a little bit. Deep breath, grounding, nervous system support, and relax. Yeah, there may have just been a lot of stress, feelings of being overwhelmed. And I do feel like maybe you had a lot on your plate that distracted you as well. And also maybe seasonal depression for some of you that distracted you, that disconnected you, right? So relax, okay? Take a breath, learn to relax, learn to find some practices that calm you down, that lead to you feeling more harmonized, more connected, rather than just in conflict, rather than stress, okay? So what other messages do we have for this collective? What other messages do we have? Go deeper. Yeah. Also interesting, we have both of these are new moons. Again, this is a timeless reading, but if you're watching this recently, we just had a new moon. So maybe there's been something within the new moon that happened for you. I won't go too deep with that, you know, just take it how it resonates. But yeah, relax and go deeper. It's just a very calm feeling in these cards of just like meditation and relaxation, not stressing yourself out more. Don't be afraid to go deeper within yourself. Don't be afraid to go deeper within meditations. Don't continue to distract yourself, okay? So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up, but the main message coming through for you guys is really about finding practices, finding ways that you can calm your nervous system down so you can ground yourself. Even if there is a lot on your plate, you can find things that don't take a lot of effort or a lot of time to do this as well. Visualization is a very easy way to do that because you can do that absolutely whenever, right? You can create like this sacred space within your mind that you can always return to no matter where you are. So there might be something important for you guys about creating visualizations like that. So yeah, you guys are learning about how to reconnect with the world, how to reconnect with nature, so you can enter this Empress energy where you're feeling supported and nourished by the world around you and by nature rather than living in conflict with it. But yeah, I really do, I see for most people in this collective, I see you're really transforming right now. I do see you really exploring new things and changing things up so that you move into this Empress energy for most of you. So if you've been feeling very stressed, if you've been feeling very disconnected, remember to ground yourself. Remember to find some practices that help calm your nervous system down and help you feel more in harmony with things. And I do see you entering a more Empress energy in the future if you do embrace some of that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and if this reading resonated with you, be sure to like and subscribe.